On a cold winter morning, in a quiet town pressed up against the edge of a dense forest, a young man named Ethan found himself completely alone. His family had left for the holidays, trusting him to look after their cozy wooden cabin. The season's first snowfall had transformed everything into a blanket of white, but this time, it felt different. The woods, usually a peaceful place, stood still and silent. Not in a calm way, in a way that made your breath catch, like something was watching, waiting. You know that feeling when the hair on your neck rises? That's what Ethan felt, but he shrugged it off. As night fell, the wind howled through the trees, rattling the windows like ghostly fingers trying to get in. Hoping to shake the strange feeling, Ethan threw on his coat and stepped out into the snow. Crunch, crunch. His boots echoed in the silence as he wandered toward the woods. The deeper he went, the more twisted the trees became, like they were closing in on him. And then he stopped. No more path. No sign of his cabin. Nothing. Panic. Real panic. He turned, trying to retrace his steps. But the snow had covered everything. Everything looked the same. That's when he saw it. A faint light. Flickering. Distant. A sign of life. Without thinking, Ethan ran toward it. The snow whipped against his face, and every step felt heavier than the last. But the light was his only hope. And then he saw it, a cabin, old, isolated, half buried in snow. But the light had been coming from inside. As he stepped closer, the door creaked open on its own, and a voice, low and calm, called out, "Come inside, it's warm." Ethan hesitated, but the cold was biting now, so he stepped in. Inside, warmth, a crackling fire, the scent of old wood and smoke. But strangely, no one was in sight. Then, from the shadows, a voice spoke again. "I've been waiting for you." Ethan turned. Sitting by the fire was an old man, his face weathered, his eyes sharp, like he had seen 100 winters. "You found yourself on the lost path," the man said. "This forest, it's alive. It draws in those who've lost something. It traps them until they figure out what that is." Ethan's breath caught. He wasn't sure why, but those words cut deep. The man continued, "You can't leave until you understand why you came. The forest only lets go when you stop running from what hurts." Silence filled the room as Ethan sat by the fire, staring into the flames. He thought of his mom, gone too soon. Thought of how he hadn't been the same since. He had lost more than just his way. He'd lost himself. The old man leaned in, voice softer now. "There's a way out, but not through the trees. Through you. You face what's inside, or you stay lost forever." Ethan didn't answer. He didn't have to. He just sat there, really sat with it, for the first time in years. And when the morning sun rose, Ethan stood, lighter somehow, stronger. The man was gone. The cabin? Empty, as if it had never been there. But outside, the forest had changed. The path, clear. The snow, gentler. And his fear? Gone. Ethan walked back toward his family's cabin, each step a promise. From that day on, he never walked without purpose again, because sometimes, getting lost is the only way to find your way back.